Ave, I'm SUNTZU from the SUNTZU clan, and to kick off my short series of epic battles, I will show you this replay that comes from 2v2 Polish Championship from 2012. So, let's start with the lineup. This is my army, SUNTZU Wielki Mistrzu, this is my name. If you ever wonder how to spell it, so here's my army setup. I'm sorry I have the Polish version of the game, of the client. I will easily translate everything. So this is Swiss foot, one, then two old guards, second Swiss guard, Swiss foot, excuse me, then five voltigeurs, another one Swiss foot, another old guard, and another Swiss foot, and that adds up to total 4 Swiss foots and 3 old guards, and also as for cavalry I have 6 times chasseurs à cheval, and of course the general staff. My ally, Stavros, has 2 Swiss foot, 5 voltigeurs, general staff, another Swiss foot, 3 old guards I believe. Yeah, so he basically brought the same army as me, yes. Our opponents were Masena, also from the SUNTZU clan. All this battle is between SUNTZU members, but I will talk about this later. So, Masena has 1 Swiss foot, 2 old guards, another Swiss foot, another. This is basically all the same up to this point, because we see here the young guard, and this is the 18th Regiment D Infantry in the Ligne, the Brave, I believe. Yeah, and he has also 5 voltigeurs, or maybe 4, I can't tell right now because they are hidden. As for cavalry, 2 chasseurs, 4 and 6. Yeah, so he basically has 1 more line infantry, but slightly worse in quality. As for Miskor, he has also young guard, old guard, young guard on his left flank, 2 chasseurs, also the 18th regiment, another young guard, another old guard, and another young guard. So that's 4 young guards, 2 old guards, so 6 guards in total, and 1 infantry de ligne. So it's also 7 infantries, but a little bit different. More guards, less regular infantry, but less old guards, basically. As for cavalry, also 6 chasseurs à cheval, plus the general staff, and I also believe he brought 5 voltigeurs. So the rules were no artillery, max 5 lights. This is the most common rules, so it's only natural for this tournament to be on these rules. So, okay, let's unpause the battle and let's go into the storyline. The storyline was, excuse me, I'm a little bit ill, so I can have a little bit, I can have my voice a little bit changed, but I think it's okay. So, Miskor and Masena were the attackers. The tournament basically was a round robin, so each pair fought each pair one match. In one match, that consisted of 2 battles. This is the first battle of our match, and up to this point, Miskor and Masena have won all their battles, and me and Stavros have already tied up once. So we were 1 point behind them in the rankings. So basically, to win the whole thing, we had to win this match 2-0. Because if we tied, then they will still be above us. It wasn't the last match of the tournament, so things could have changed, but basically we had our fate in our own hands. If we defeat them here 2-0, we are above them, and if we win every match after this, we also win the whole thing, because there is no other way. But first we have to win here. So, Stavros and Masena are already really close to each other, and I believe they will soon deploy their stakes, and I can see only 4 voltigeurs here from Masena, but I'm not sure if it's all he has, but it's also really possible. I can't, like right now, really fast count up all the money, although I know the cost of each unit. But yeah, I believe he has only 4 voltigeurs. they glitched here and couldn't put the stakes in the direction he wished for. So yeah, we are also closing up with Miskor, but a little bit slower, so I think the battle will start on this side. This is the battle from 2012, it was 4 years ago, so I don't remember this battle very good. But this is the beautiful beauty of this thing. And I will be generally surprised with how the things unfold. I just remember it was really epic, and this is something that most YouTubers won't call epic because only 2v2, but for me epic isn't exactly big. Big is big, massive is massive, but epic is something different where there's I lost the word. I'm sorry, I'm just a Polish teenager, I'm still learning English, so I'm not the best. So basically the odds were switching from left to right. Both sides have their advantages on one point in time. So yeah, okay, let's basically start because there are already shots fired. Stavros has the advantage here because it's 5v4 in the light infantry skirmish, but I'm sorry, this flying around, it's so annoying. Okay, so here's the advantage here, but Masena sends his spare unit of infantry because he has one line infantry more, so he basically scares them off. Well, it's maybe not the best decision to pull back right now, but it's not also the worst decision. Yeah, here's still nothing happening. I sent my one voltigeurs, well basically 2 voltigeurs, one to each flank to support it. Did I put my stakes? No, I didn't. It's very important to not put your stakes too early because it's basically betrays how you want the battle to unfold. So basically, the later the better, but if you do it too late, there's also a big mistake. Okay, so things are starting really slow, but once the chargers start, it will really go fast. You can see in the flanks go closer to each other. Cavalry reading up. So here we have 2 old guards, 1 swift infantry versus 2 old guards, 3 old guards and 1 Swiss foot. There's also another Swiss foot. So yeah, basically the infantry, line infantry advantage on this side for Stavros. Cavalry equal, but it all depends really on the skill. 1 old guard is a nice advantage to have, but that's not the best. And this old guard is already taking casualties without firing. Stavros is making a little bit of a mistake, and he decides to attack, actually, or not. No, they still don't have range, but it's just on the edge, I believe. Yeah, this one has the range. Maybe this one unit walked up, or they were firing all the time here. So yeah, this is very good move by Stavros, and he decides to go first or not. He basically can make up his mind, and Masena just charges in. No square from this Swiss foot, no square from this old guard, so this is really bad for Stavros. And yeah, he made the order to make square, but it was too late. The charge had full effect, and even worse effect if basically for Stavros, of course, when the square is just forming up, but there's still no bonus for it. But he basically defeated the Masena Cav, and now he can countercharge, and his infantry is ready up to fire. He has the full firing strength, while the square has only 1/4 of it. And between me and Masena, Miskor, it's still idle, but we are slowly running up. Basically, seeing how this battle unfolds, Stavros is losing a little bit, but not that harsh yet, I believe. So yeah, I have to basically make my moves too, because if I let the Stavros be defeated, and then they can just 2v1 me and it's lost from there. So yeah, let's see just how this unfolds. Two old guards versus old guard and Swiss foot. Stavros has the cavalry advantage. This is really important here. But Masena has the cavalry advantage. Stavros now manages to take out this infantry, and this equals things a bit. Old guard 93, 98. Yeah, basically this is really even. With this cavalry here, he also takes 3 of his cavalry all to this flank, trying to snowball from here, but this also opens up this flank really heavily. There are 4 infantry of Masena here and only 2 of Stavros. He also has my support, so this I think. Okay, now as here things calmed up a bit, let's focus on my matchup versus Masena here. Miskor, I'm still okay. This is Miskor, this is Masena, this is me, this is Stavros. If anyone forgot, I forgot all the time. Okay, this is my stake line. So that's what forces Miskor to attack through this narrow passage between the red line and my stake line. And this is 4v4 voltages. I still hold my 1 voltager here just to scare off this advance that can be made here. So yeah, I focus 1 unit. They also focus basically 1 unit, but I have my unit spread out better, so I will take less casualties, I believe, in this exchange. And this is gonna soon start. I have 4 infantries here, let's see. 2 old guards in the middle, 2 Swiss foots on the flanks. Cavalry not in the very best spot. This is a mistake by me, I believe. And actually Miskor take out my light infantry, first my light infantry passer, but what Miskor forgot about are my stakes, and this is 1 cavalry dead for free, basically for me. But now he attacks through this gap of stakes. 2 cavalries into my Swiss foot. Maybe he'll change the direction, especially when I made square. But yeah, I made 2 of my squares. Basically, both I needed to do. And his infantry is a little bit late, so this is not perfectly coordinated. He's still marching instead of running. But he still has his cavalry here, and I am a little bit late also to this fight. And I can be a little bit flanked here by this infantry. So basically he has longer line because I am forced to have my infantry closer to Stavros in order to help him if anything goes wrong at his side. But yeah, he basically now holds off. There's a lot of happening there, but here's happening more. Okay, so I basically took out the Masena cavalry, Miskor cavalry, sorry, Miskor's cavalry, and I am ready to counter-attack. Yeah, this is what's happening. I attack his lights, and so this is just a textbook attack. You send your cavalry, force the enemy to make squares, and then fire at the squares, and they go down pretty quickly. But he had a lot of firepower here, and my cavalry wasn't at full strength, so yeah. But this is just to tilt the matchup a little bit. I believe, a better positioning here now. I also pulled up my right flank here to basically join my forces in 1 line, but that leaves a huge gap here. But this can't really be exploited right now. But Stavros is losing heavily, so I have to do something. So what I do is I attack, of course, but my cavalry. Yeah, Miskor decided to stop my cavalry here. I decided to go for his old guard, and I charged it. We wanted to make it square, but the charge was really weak because it was stopped by this cavalry. But yeah, I have the. I'm sorry. I'm just ill. Yeah, I have the infantry advantage here. Firepower is really at my side, so I push this advantage here. But what I have to be mindful of is that Stavros is losing pretty hard right now. Masena won this matchup, and he is already sending 2 of his infantry to me, or rather to Miskor to help him. Yeah, I'm trying to chase him, is still in my range. This infantry should be dead. This infantry just buys time for this to retreat. They want to use that the fact that Masena won versus Stavros, and I basically won versus Miskor here, but not won like decisively. Miskor is still alive and still has a lot of units. So yeah, now it come to 2v1 basically. This is what they want to do. So okay, Miskor is retreating here. So let's focus on Stavros and basically what's left of him. It's not much, really not much. I believe these are his units, and that's all. Yeah, maybe this is also his. No, it's Masena's too. So Stavros will be finished off here. Let's speed up a little. And I really like the Polish voice acting here, because the English one is just plain, like, there's no life in it. And sadly we couldn't hear the announcement for this. I don't know why. Maybe it's a bug. But basically this announcer in Polish is so awesome. So that's the end of Stavros. This is his last unit, I believe. This. Yeah, if you look at the map, yes, this. Yeah. So all the Stavros forces now run away. This one came back from routing. Miskor pulled out too. He's getting harassed by my light infantry that I have, and he doesn't. Does Masena have? Yes, he has 1 and 2 light infantries. So I have the advantage when it comes to light infantry. If it comes to cavalry, I have 3 units. All are full. They have 1 really weak unit, another one at 2/3 strengths. Yeah. So I have both light infantry advantage and cavalry advantage, but I really doubt I have light infantry advantage, and this is the most important in the late game. So I have Swiss foot 55, Old Guard 100, Old Guard 64, Swiss foot 109, full Swiss foot, full Old Guard, full Swiss foot, full Voltigeurs, and yeah, 3 Voltigeurs at half the strength here. What do they have? Old Guard 34, Young 78, Young 101, Old Guard, wow, 115, Young Guard 117, full 18th Regiment, full Young Guard 82 Swiss foot, 40 Old Guard 26, Old Guard full Swiss foot, another Swiss foot here. Oh, basically, yeah, there's 2 units now. So Stavros can play a role in this battle still. So yeah, let's speed up now as we form up. So yeah, we make one huge line. This is basically another 1v1, but there are 2. So I have slight advantage here because I command 1 army, so it's easier for me to coordinate my moves all by myself, and they have to communicate what they are going to do. But on the same time, I have a lot of more troops to manage, so I can miss something, I can not notice something, while they are commanding smaller armies. Well, basically their army is a lot bigger than me. You can see this also here. So this is Masena's cavalry. He's sending only 2 very little infantry. But one thing to remember is that Old Guard, even if it's really small, it still delivers the fear effect. It still lowers the morale of the enemy units. And these units have really low morale because, yeah, they all army is gone, the general is dead, so yeah. They also send both of the cavalries here, but what I try to do is to create a gap here. I lean slightly towards Stavros, trying to help him. We are getting closer, they don't stop me right now, and I will try to send my cavalry soon there. And Stavros saying got a free volley, took out, yeah, 2 horses. Not much, but yeah, it's something. So yes, let's speed up. This is really hard. It's still not decided. They have slight advantage, Miskor and Masina, that is. The Discovery is really in a good position to charge in the back. It's also a shooting calf. Yeah, so this is a 2v1 now, but the Stavros infantry is a lot bigger in numbers. Yeah, so it took out Swiss foot. Old guard is late. Maybe the old guard with one volley can rout this unit, but I don't think so. It has really low morale because of the old guard, basically. Yeah, but it's not enough firepower to cause routing. And now my cavalry comes to aid to basically win this little skirmish. Our main army is still wait. And what they decide to do, okay, let's focus here. He makes square, he still has enough men. We'll finish this cavalry up. And this grants us basically a full cavalry advantage because they have no cavalry left right now. And I still have 2 units here at full strength. Yeah, this is still full strength. This is still their cavalry. But yeah, we have to finish it. Did he make square here? I don't think so. So that's a little bit bad, but yeah, this... No, he did make square, okay. This cavalry is dead. So what Miskor and Masena decided to do is to split up. Miskor went to this side, he has 5 infantries. Basically that adds up to 4 full units, but I have only 4 units that are not full here. And my forces compared to Masina's here are basically equal, but you have 1 infantry from Stavros here, plus my cavalry on their backs already. So they have to attack now, basically, before this can help the main battle. So yeah, I am attacking right now. I decided to, since they split up, I think this is a mistake right now, because what this allows me to do is to focus my best units on this flank, on Masena, and just kite here. Well, maybe not kite, because kiting is bad, and that's not what we do. But just basically I will retreat, won't fight here, and just buy myself time to win on this side of the battle. And I have a lot more mobile army because I have cavalry, so I can really switch at what flank I want to have advantage that cavalry grants to me. So yeah, I'm still using 1 cavalry here just in case if he attacks me with his general and I will have to defend. And I have still 2 cavalries here. This is a little bit asleep. But yeah, I'm just charging now. This is equal, 3 infantries versus 3 infantries, but I have the better cavalry. This general isn't strong enough to threaten my old guard, but it forced my old guard to make square, so this is something. It loses the firepower. But he also put his general in great danger right now. He decided to attack in melee, my light foot, and this is really good move because you can't just win light infantry versus light my thunder just got out of hand. You can't win line infantry versus light infantry. This is very similar word, so yeah, that's a tongue twister for me. So yeah, as you can see, I'm not allowing Miskor here to fight with me, and I'm focusing all my forces here to defeat Masena. Of course, what I'm doing here is just covering out. I believe it's a term, but I'm not so sure. Basically, yeah, I'm looking for the word. I'm sacrificing. Yeah, this is the word I was looking for. I'm sorry, I'm still learning. I'm sacrificing my light infantry. That wasn't very instrumental at this point. So yeah, this is just a trade. I trade not fighting here for basically my lights being dead because they have no cover of infantry or cavalry. So yeah, they had to die. But that bought me enough time, and now I have the advantage here. So this battle was really crazy. You could see Masena winning here. They had a big advantage, but just by pulling out this massive outplay on a macro level, not really a micro level, because the micro is really good from all of the players here. Maybe not perfect, because yeah, you have to remember when you are put under a lot of stress, and you basically knew that we had to win this battle and win the next one, so this is still not set. They can still win the another one. I won't show you the another one because it was not so epic. It was just a regular battle, not outstanding. It was still good, but not that epic as this one. So yeah, basically, good players don't tend to give up their advantage once they establish it. This is really hard to just switch the tides, but you have to pull some massive outplay to do this, and this is what I managed to do here on the strategic level. So yeah, let's finish it. This is just some 1v1. This is Masena's unit, and this is Stavros. And my highlighted here, I'm just going to finish them up because I have a big advantage now. I have cavalry advantage too. Well, my cavalry one was dead here, died here. Excuse me, but I still have another one here. Somewhere here are the stakes of Miskor. Oh yeah, here they are. So I have to be mindful of them. Yeah, I could be attacking right now. Why am I not? Well, maybe I was just waiting for this infantry to catch up. So yeah, I can now attack. What the hell am I doing? Okay. I am pulling my stuff together. Yeah, so basically we are going for the final engage. This is pretty much decided at this point. There's no cavalry for my opponents to pull out some miracle. This is just pure infantry versus infantry, and when I have set... Wait, my controls just fucked up. Just listen to this announcer, he is so epic. And the English one is just... Sir, our general is under attack. Wow. Yeah, we're going to win soon or something. And our Polish announcer is just... perfect. Sadly we couldn't hear the general is dead announcement. That is so epic. So yeah, basically I carried this battle really hard. Stavros did also a good job, but he lost his matchup. There's no fault at his side, he fought versus a very good enemy too. So on the second battle, we had to switch up our 1v1s, so when I was in this battle directly in front of Miskor, so in the next battle I have to be in front of Masena, and we were attacking on that battle. And yeah, basically Stavros carried the second battle, so also full credit to him. If not for him, we could have lost because I wasn't that good in that battle. But yeah, I wasn't that bad either, so it's not like he saved my ass, but he was better player in the second battle, while I was the better player from our team in this battle. So yeah, I have one more replay to show you from this tournament in this short series of epic battles, and I will show you some more. I believe if I have time, this is really crucial for me. I don't have a lot of time to do this. So basically another 2v2 from this tournament, this time versus another pair, also really good. Waterloo 4v4 from our events that were called Saturdays with Napoleon I was organizing. This is just Polish community evenings, nights, where everybody from the Polish community is invited to play, and we just have fun, but also are really good battles, which you will see. So this is all from me for this video, and I hope you'll hear from me in the another one if you like this. So see ya.